Hello everyone, welcome to another video of mine. It's Kemal AA, and this is another Chelsea video of mine where I'll be discussing and giving you guys a talking point video that is on who Chelsea should sign. I've got a list of options, list of players that I believe Chelsea should be targeting in the upcoming summer transfer window, regardless and irrespective of who the manager is. I think that these are players that we should be looking at, and they are on the shortlist and the priority for the Chelsea hierarchy and the board to sign in the January transfer window, and potentially in the summertime. We'll also be looking at players that we should be offloading and selling in this current window, but also in the summertime when a lot more clubs have, more financial room, have a lot more money, especially the COVID situation dying down. They'll have a lot more money to play around with, so we should be looking at, offloading a lot of players, whether that's on loan moves or selling. I'll be delving into all of that, but before I do get into it, make sure you smash the like button, subscribe, hit the bell notification, and without further ado, let's get straight into today's video. Now, starting off with buying players. Now, I've made this video, and it's not that we're heavily linked with any of these players, although we have been linked to all of them in the past. It's more of a case of the reason why I've listed them is, that I think Chelsea should sign to take us to the next level. I still think there's room for improvement. I still believe that we can actually improve our starting 11 in certain areas. I know we have a phenomenal squad. We have a world-class squad, but we can still improve it no matter what and really take us to that next level. And I think that one of them is a striker, one of them is a midfielder / centre-back, and one of them is a defender who can play, all across that back four, is a versatile defender, whether that's left-back or centre-back, and players that we need to offload as well that I'll be getting into in the second part of this video. But the first player that I want to mention is Erling Haaland. Do I need to say more about this guy? This guy, phenomenal striker, world-class, clinical, ice-cold. He generally is ice-cold. 20 years of age, plays for Borussia Dortmund. Erling Haaland moved from RB Salzburg recently. He moved to Dortmund for the fee of £18 million. It was very, very cheap. He's broken numerous records in the Champions League, in the Norwegian League, and also in the Bundesliga as well. He's an absolute goal machine. He doesn't stop scoring. He scores every time he comes on. He scores. He starts the game. He scores. He assists a lot as well. His link-up play. He's physical. He's strong. Hence why his attributes and characteristics would be perfect for the Premier League, because his hold-up play is on point. He scores goals. And his link-up play is good. Again, he's got a release clause as well that can be activated around £60 million. It's not active this summer window, but it will be active in the summer of 2022. Again, a player that I think Chelsea should be looking at and making sure he is a priority on that shortlist. Again, phenomenal player. And I think a lot of people will say we don't need Haaland. We've got Werner, we've got Giroud. Don't forget, Giroud will be leaving in the summer window. It's most likely going to happen. He's nearing. He's not getting any younger. 34 years of age. He wants to make the French squad for the Euros. He needs the game time. I think that, yes, he won't be leaving this window, but I think Giroud will be looking to leave in the upcoming summer transfer window, which is understandable. Tammy Abraham, good for his development. Don't forget, Werner can play all across the front three. So we have a lot of options. You can even go for the option of playing two up top. So we have plenty of options. I think having depth and quality is important. And if you sign Haaland, who's just simply a world-class striker, I think that, you can't say no to a generational talent such as Erling Haaland. He breaks records on a consistent basis. Of course, it's not going to be easier to sign him. Yes, he has a release clause, but don't forget, we're not going to be the only club in for him because of his value, because of the stature of the player, because of his availability, and, the quality of striker that Erling Haaland is. Likes of Man City will be in for a striker, with Sergio Aguero nearing that age. PSG will also be in for a striker. Manchester United will also be looking for a striker as well. So you've got all the top clubs in Europe going to be in for Erling Haaland. So we have to be very, very careful here. At the moment, he is rumoured to be happy in Dortmund, so he's not going to be leaving this window, of course. Dortmund would never allow that to happen. And of course, in the summer transfer window, his clause isn't actually activated. You can't activate his clause, so I think we're going to have to wait. And I think, yes, he is a priority for the board, as far as I'm concerned, for Mourinho Gunn and Sky, for the Chelsea hierarchy. They do want to look to sign Erling Haaland. We'll have to wait and see. Honestly, we'll have to wait and see. But I think for me, he should be number one priority. The quality of Erling Haaland, you just simply can't say no. Absolute goal machine, deadly in front of goal, clinical and lethal. No more to say on Haaland. The second player I think Chelsea should look to sign is David Alaba on a free. His contract does expire with Bayern Munich in the upcoming summer transfer window in 2021. So he can sign a pre-contract agreement with any club that he likes, because he has 6 months remaining on his current deal. As long as they're outside of the Bundesliga, outside of Germany, so it's not a German club, he can speak to any club that he likes alongside his agent. And the clubs that are interested have been 5 clubs according to Fabrizio Romano. Liverpool, Real Madrid, Barcelona, Chelsea are also added into that list as well, hence why I'm mentioning him again. We are not the favourites to sign him. Unfortunately, it's looking like that David Alaba will be moving to Real Madrid. It's as quoted, it's his dream to play for Real Madrid. So this one is a bit more unlikely. The reason why I've thrown him in there is because Chelsea are in the hat for it. And of course, Lampard wants to sign him. The hierarchy would like to sign him. He's free. Yes, his wages are going to be astronomical, but he's free. He's a world-class defender that can play anywhere across that back four. He's got quality. He's world-class. He's got plenty of experience in the Bundesliga, in the Champions League as well. He's won Champions Leagues at Bayern Munich. He's a quality defender. He's one of the best, defenders in world football, in European football, hands down. So the fact that you can get him on a free, remember, David Alaba is 28 years of age, currently in his prime. I think it's a no-brainer. However, again, because he is a free agent, it means that he can speak to any club, so it's a case of persuading him. And because he has his heart set on Madrid, this is unlikely, because again, he dreams of playing for Madrid. And Madrid and Bayern, they're on another level compared to Chelsea, if we're being serious right now. I know we have a project and we're developing, but again, it's going to be difficult. And I think that David Alaba is an unlikely signing, but again, it's not over, it's not impossible. There is still a possibility we could sign him. It's just highly unlikely. Again, his agent of Pini Zahavi, who has close relations with, of course, our owner Roman Abramovich, means that it does help us a little bit. But again, he is set on Madrid, so this move is unlikely. But again, his attributes, his characteristics, the fact that he can play left back, centre back, right centre back, he can even play in the midfield position as well. Again, versatile player, can play anywhere, fast, quick, strong, physical, plenty of experience in his prime. Yeah, 100%. Again, this is another no-brainer, and added to the fact that he is a free agent, so he's not going to cost anything. It's just going to be his wages. And I think that, with our net spending and everything and the amount of money that we invest in summer, signing a world-class defender for free, you can't miss upon it. We've done it with Thiago Silva, and you've seen how he's turned out. He's been our best defender this year. So I think that this is something that I'll definitely be for. Now again, the final player that Chelsea should be looking to sign that is possibly likely is of course Declan Rice. Now it's not my first choice or my personal choice, this is more of something that is likely to happen. Now I made a video on this a few days ago that it's looking unlikely because of the Lampard managerial situation. Lampard is close to getting the sack, he's on the brink of getting sacked, and he is the one who's advocating for the Rice deal. The Chelsea hierarchy are unsure on Declan Rice, but it's mainly Lampard who's pushing for the deal. January window is unlikely. It's going to cost around £70-80 million. He's not worth that. He's West Ham's most prized asset. Chelsea not going to be willing to pay that fee, of course not, and rightly so. It's more of a summer window move. However, will Lampard be in the summer? That's another question. That's another thing to remain to be seen. If Lampard goes, I don't see how we continue pursuing the likes of Declan Rice. I think that yes, we do need an athletic number 6, but I think that it's going to be a case of going for someone who's cheaper, more experienced, better quality, the likes of Bruno from Lyon, the likes of Suarez from Lille. Cheaper, more quality, more experience, more talented in my personal opinion. But this one, if Lampard stays, is a 9 out of 10. If Lampard stays here for next season, Declan Rice will happen in my opinion. I think it's because Lampard is advocating for it. He fits Lampard's system to a T. He's perfect for that system. And again, I think that West Ham will eventually have to let him go. Declan Rice also wants to move to Chelsea. And I think this will be likely in the summer window, only if Lampard does stay at Chelsea. Now moving on to outgoings. Players that we need to be offloading, players that we need to be selling. Now the two that I've mentioned, and there's plenty more, Jorginho and Kepa. Both Sarri signings, both came with huge expectation. Jorginho coming in at the time to help nurture with Sarri's football, get players under the impression, his philosophy, understanding it better, helping players understand Sarri ball a lot more, which helped at the time. But again, since Sarri's left, he doesn't fit Lampard's system. He's not quick enough, he's not athletic enough. Yes, he's got an intelligent brain, he's got a fantastic engine, he's got fantastic stamina, fantastic range of passing. But again, he doesn't fit the system, he doesn't suit what Lampard wants, he's not really essentially tailor-made. So again, Jorginho is on the transfer list. If a club is interested in him, we would like to offload him. That's the problem, it's finding a club for the likes of Jorginho. Obviously, Sarri got sacked at Juventus, so that's not an option no more. Arsenal interested in the previous window. PSG were interested, but they had Tuchel at the time. Tuchel's no longer here. It really depends on the next manager. You then got the likes of Kepa. Again, Kepa we need to offload. The world's most expensive goalkeeper on record. Hugely underwhelming, disappointing. Huge amount of money down the drain. We activated release clause of £72 million. Not good enough. He needs to improve, and I think that a loan move will be good for him to get his confidence back up and improve as a player. And again, ideally we'd like to sell him, but we won't get anywhere near the amount of what we paid for him. We'll be lucky to even get half of that. So I think that it's a case of loaning him out, getting him that experience, improving his game, so we have a potential chance of selling him. Again, a player that we need to offload, hopefully in this upcoming window as possible. If not, hopefully in the summer we can indeed offload him. The final player as well is, of course, Marcos Alonso, a player that we need to offload. Inter Milan, Atletico Madrid interested in his services. Again, 30 years of age, not getting any younger, past his prime, doesn't fit our system. We don't play it through at the back, too slow, inagile, clunky, doesn't move the ball quick enough, has attitude problems with Lampard as well. And I think it's time to go for the likes of Marcos Alonso. And there's plenty of players that we need to be offloading, that we need to be loaning. And as I said before in previous videos, this upcoming window, or this window that we're in currently, and the summer transfer window, needs to be a priority to make sales. Offload players, loan them out, sell them, whatever we need to do. We need to prioritise this to, shift players, because we need to balance the books. We need to be on the FFP regulations, financial fair play rules. Balance the books. Don't get into any trouble. We don't want any more transfer bans. I know it's been relaxed because of the coronavirus pandemic. But again, we need to start, we've got a good net spend, but we need to start making money back. And of course, sales will mean that we can go out and spend more on the likes of a Declan Rice or Bruno or Haaland, Alaba. We'll have an exciting summer for sure. But it really depends on sales and really depends on the season that we have. Champions League is a must if we are going to have another terrific window. But yeah, that is me wrapping up the video there, guys. If you did enjoy this, we go to smash the like button, subscribe, hit the bell notification. Comment down below who you would like to see Chelsea sign and who do you think Chelsea should offload. Leave me your thoughts, opinions in the comment section below. But I'll see you guys for my next video. Peace.